Hello everyone in hello everyone in Facebook land and YouTube land. Um, I want to welcome you to broadcast Millionaire Quotes. I simply want to start by saying that I firmly believe that everyone is entitled to come into their success story. Choose this topic because I think this is a seasonal period for us to talk about it. 18 is the 14th day of 2018, and at the beginning of every year, to do is to develop their New Year resolution. Well, I'm here to tell you something of great significance in relation to developing your New Year resolution. Over 20 years of research, what I've seen is that what people develop is not necessarily the New Year resolution. Develop is an objective plan. And I will explain exactly what I mean by this. But allow me to explain, first of all, the 5 essential fundamentals that you must understand your game plan for success. One is called setting objective and planning. You must be able to set objective and plan if you want to attract success in your life. The successful people that I've studied in the world, they have a master plan, they have a game plan. And I'm talking about names like the Rockefellers, I'm talking about names like the Napoleon Hill, I'm talking like names like the Andrew Carnegie. And of course, in the more recent time, you have the Bill Gates, the Jack Ma, you have the Tony Robbins, and you have some of those great names. Each of these persons have a master plan for their life. You see, success is not accidental. Success has to be intentional. And I will give you a content of information today that will help you to become more intentional in developing that game plan for your life. This is your life we're talking about here. You have to stop trivializing your life. You are not an average individual. I keep saying that you're a phenomenal individual. You're not lacking, you're not limitation, you're not defined by doubts, and you're not defined by fear. All I'm saying, all this, we know that all these things have this impact on your life. Now, before getting into today's program, just for those who might be joining us for the first time, permit me to introduce myself to you once again. My name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the author of several books, including Billionaire Quotes. And in this book, I have documented a number of reasons why people are not coming into success, why we have so much of phenomenal people in the world today, but in spite of the fact that you are being gifted and talented and being exceptional people, you're not coming into your success story. And in this book, we have documented a number of reasons why you are not coming into your success story. And one of those reasons we're going to talk about today is developing your game plan for success. You need to develop and master your plan for success. And as I keep saying, what people do at the beginning of every year, you develop what is known as your plan. But your plan is not exactly a plan. Is you have a list of objectives that you want to achieve for that year. For instance, you say, I want to reduce my weight. I want to increase my financing. I want to develop a better relationship with my family. So you list these things that you want to accomplish for that year. That is not enough. That is not developing your game plan. That is not a resolution. You see, there's 5 essential fundamentals in developing your game plan. And one of them is setting objective and planning, organizing resources to achieve the objective, communicating with and motivating your team, coordinating activities, and last but not least, measuring and controlling performance against the objective that you want to accomplish. I'm quite certain, based on my research, that most of you, 90% of you, are not implementing these 5-step approach to game plan developing and game plan mastering. And that is one of the reasons why you're now coming into your success story. Let me give you a more clearer understanding as to what I'm talking about here. For instance, you develop your list of things, and a list of things could be, in in leveraging, we talk about the concept that we call the brand intentionality. So your listing is a reflection of your brand intentionality. And what is in your brand intentionality? You may say to yourself, okay, in 2018, I want to build myself up to become more trustworthy. I want to build myself up to give people more confidence in me. I want to build myself up to be more credible in my skill set and in my profession. I want to build myself up to become more visible. I want to build myself up to have more reach. So the content of information that you might be representing, it might be your company. You want you to build your company to have trust, to have credibility, to have communication, reach, and visibility. So you set these goals. But this is not, this is setting goals. But remember, the first one is setting objective and planning. You need to go beyond just identifying a list of things that you want to accomplish and bring yourself to that point where you could develop the game plan. And the game plan is where you say to yourself, these are the specific steps that I must take to achieve an end result. And that is what you are not doing. And that's precisely why you are not optimizing your chance to embrace your success story. In my program, and you would also learn in my book, we talk about the art and process of planning, the art and process of visualization. Visualization is just a word that we use to coin to create a visually understand of what we're talking about. But what is the art of planning? What is the art of visualization? The art of visualization is the application of your creative thinking ability to develop that strategic plan of action that allows you to see the beginning, the end, and the in between of a given process. And this is your New Year resolution that we're talking about. Most of you, you're seeing the beginning of your New Year resolution. You see where you want it to end, but you are not seeing the in between of your game plan. And we also need to go a step beyond this. Let me repeat this again before I move on. You need to put yourself in that position of strength in developing your New Year resolution, where you go way beyond just listing the objectives that you want to accomplish. And you can bring yourself now to that point where you can see, you can apply your creative thinking ability to see the beginning, the end, and the in between of any given process relevant to attaining your dreams and your hopes and your aspiration, whether it's for your personal life, whether it's for your family life, or whether it's for your professional life. The system that I'm giving to you is completely relevant to those areas of your life. So you need to commit your time, your talent, and your resources to developing a more rounded, a more detailed game plan. Go beyond just identifying a list of things that you want to accomplish and now start identifying what are the action steps to manifest your dreams and your hopes and your aspiration with absolute abundance. That brings me to the second point that I want to make here today. There is what is known as the process of game planning, the process of visualization. And this is where you literally bring yourself to that point where you could see, you know, and you own your visualization plan, you own your game plan, you own your New Year resolution plan. These are three things: to see, to know, and to own. But there's a fourth one. You need to implement action steps. Implement action steps to manifest results with absolute abundance. Let's talk about this a little bit, because I'm fully aware that many of you who are developing your 2018 resolution plan, your game plan, you're not going to achieve it. And you're not going to achieve it because you're not taking all of the appropriate steps to make it happen. You're not taking informed action to make it happen. You're taking action. I agree with that. You're taking action, and I give you kudos for that. You're taking action to make change and development and growth in your life, but your action now has to become informed. And let me tell you how it's going to become informed. Take your dreams and your hopes and your aspiration out of your mind. You might have a vision to develop your small business. You might have a vision to integrate your small business into regional and international trade. You might have a vision to become the best brand of yourself. So, you want to invest your time and your talent and your resources to become the best brand of yourself. Take it out of your head. You have to document it. You have to develop what is known as your 5 year strategic plan. See your life 5 years ahead of you. Develop that game plan. And this is what we talking about when we talking about developing and mastering your game plan for success. You have to get it out of your head. Of course, in your head is what we call primary thoughts of manifestation. You have to bring it to secondary and tertiary thoughts of manifestation, but you must get your ideas out of your head. Develop your game plan. Document your game plan. Identify the step-by-step approach that you will take, that you must take to come into your abundant flow. And if you do not know how to do it, I want to encourage you to reach out to this network, to reach out to my channel, and I will give you that personal one-on-one support to develop what I call your personal life development plan. And when you work with that, sometimes you guys just need to access the professionals to help you to build your content. I keep saying a truck don't drive itself. A truck don't load itself. A plane cannot fly itself. You need a pilot to pilot that plane. A ship doesn't sail itself at sea. You need a captain. And some of you just need a captain. You just need a pilot. You just need a driver to tweak your direction, to give you that support to come into your abundant flow. Reach out to this network. Reach me on Facebook, reach me on YouTube, and I'm committed to give you a content of information that will totally touch and transform your life. You see, your game plan for life, your game plan for success has 3 dimensions. It must reflect your personal brand visualization plan. It must reflect your family brand visualization plan, and it must reflect your professional brand visualization plan. All of those subject matters has depths, and you need to understand those depths. So as you set yourself up for growth and development, you can become a rounded person in your developmental process. Now, I want to talk about the subject now of developing your plan and getting it out of your head. You see, the only way you can see your game plan is by having a document in front of you. You see, I can see this book. You can see this book. And I've committed time, talent, and resources to developing this book just for you. You can see this book, but do you know this book? Do you know this book? You don't know this book. You can see this book. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. When you get your game plan out of your head and it's now in the book form, it's now in a document form, you can see it. And because you can see it, you can invest your time and your talent and your resources to read it. And as you invest your time and your talent and your resources to read this content, guess what happened? You start to know it. And as you start to know it by heart, what else happened? You take ownership of it because you can articulate yourself around your game plan. You can implement action step around your game plan to maximize your chance for success because you know your game plan. You can see it, you know it, and you can own it. You own your game plan. And by accomplishing these first 3 steps that we're talking about, you can implement your action steps to manifest results in your life with absolute abundance. This is what you need to do in 2018 to manifest the shift in your life, to come into your abundant flow. And I want to emphasize to you that you're not lack and you're not limitation, you're not doubts, you're not fear, you are an abundant people. And today I trust that the information that I've given to you has whet your appetite enough for you to now start taking informed action. I'm seeing too many talented people in the world who are taking action day in and day out to manifest the abundant flow in their life. But guess what? Your action is not converted into the results that you want. Why? Because your action is not informed. Many of you need an action coach. You need a supporter. You need somebody that can mentor and coach you and guide you to that point where you can experience the development in your life. At Global Branding and Marketing, we specializes in human resource development. And we develop the human resource for the simple reason that we know that the human resource is ground zero in terms of enhancing the competitive advantage of industry. We know that the human resource is ground zero in terms of shifting the trend of economic and social development. So we put 101% of our time, our talent, and our resources into nurturing the human capital to become the best brand of themselves. I want to say something of great importance to you. There are many companies in the world today who are desirous of having the sustained high performers. And the way that we are training people, the way that you are training people to become the sustained high performers is by giving them a content of information. I want to say to you, given a content of information, the information might be the best research information that you're exposing people to. But giving people a content of information without aligned to that content of information will not give you the opportunity to be high performers. In our program, and some of it is documented in Billionaire Codes, you will learn about the concepts that we have developed, and these are very new concepts. They're worthy of going into the Guinness Book of World Record, and we will be taking steps very soon to make that happen. You will learn about a few concepts. We call it the academic alignment, we call it the human psychological anatomy, and we call a new concept that we call understanding your DSS, and this is very critical. In our program, we do not train people to become the best brand of themselves before divorce from understanding their true sense of self. You see, it's very important for people to understand their DSS, their deeper sense of self. You see, when people understand their DSS, their deeper sense of self, three things happen. They know what their purpose is, they know what their passion represents, and they know what their giftedness is. And just imagine, your entire workforce are completely aligned to their DSS, and they're functioning in your organization based on passion, based on purpose, and based on their giftedness. Just imagine the abundant flow that your organization will experience. This is how we train your staff. We never put a content of information down people's throats. We first of all do our diagnosis. We try to understand where people are giftedness lies and where they don't know. We create an environment to expose them to a content of information that will help that information to reveal itself to them. And when that information is revealed, we nurture them in complete alignment with their DSS so they can grow in alignment with their true sense of self. You see, the research is showing that we have done research in North America, we have done research in many parts of the world, and what the research has shown is that people function better in every area of their lives when they understand their purpose, their passion, and their gifts. Look at the successful people in the world. Look at Bill Gates. He followed passion. Look at Jack Ma. He followed passion. Look at Warren Buffett. He followed passion. Look at the great leaders in the world, Napoleon Hill, Andrew Carnegie. These are great minds who follow their passion. This content of information that we are bringing to you, we have researched these successful people in the world, these transformational thought leaders the world has been blessed with. And these are some of the information that we are bringing to you in this content of information. So I want to encourage you again. Branding and marketing. We have two unique programs in 2018 that we're going to introduce you to, and one is called Codes for Accelerated Business Growth, and the second is called Billionaire Codes 7 Steps Management System. So if you want success in your personal life, if you want success in your business, if you want to experience transformational growth in your life, reach out to this network. We are totally committed to serving you. Be blessed. See you until the next podcast.